Hello everyone, in this video I am going to tell you about the RL and RC transients and how to simulate it in the eCircuit platform. Okay, what is transient? An electric circuit will be subjected to sudden changes which may be in the form of opening or closing of switches or sudden changes in the sources, etc. Whenever such a change occurs, the circuit which was in a particular steady state condition will go to another steady state condition. So, a transient analysis is the analysis of such a circuit during the time it changes from one steady state condition to another steady state condition. Transient analysis will reveal how the currents and the voltages are changing during the transient period. To get such time responses, the mathematical models should be necessarily be a set of differential equations. So now we are going to see how we are going to obtain the mathematical modeling for the RL and RC transient. At first, let me consider the RL transient. So we will be having an inductor and then a resistor which is connected to a DC supply. Let the DC supply be E volt and let L be the inductor and R be the resistor, and we are going to consider the output voltage across your resistor. Okay, and let be the current flowing through the circuit be I. Right, so we need to apply KVL for this equation. So I am going to derive the mathematical modeling for the RL transient. So what is transient? Changeover from one steady state condition to another steady state condition. Right, so KVL for this equation is, we know KVL is applied voltage is equal to voltage drops. So here E is equal to L into di by dt, right? And the voltage across the resistor is I into R. So taking Laplace transform for this, so we are going to find what is I of t at first. So for that, I am going to convert the t domain into its S domain. We call it as Laplace domain. So taking Laplace transform for the above KVL equation, so E becomes E divided by S, which is equal to L into di by dt. The Laplace transform for differentiation is S into I of S plus R into I of S. Now taking I of S as common, so E divided by S is equal to I of S, taking it as common, so we get Ls plus R. Right, so we need to know what is the current, transient current. So keeping your I of S in the left hand side and taking the other terms to the right hand side, we get E divided by S into R plus Ls. Right, now we need to find the time the current in terms of time domain, I of t. So now we need to find I of S in terms of I of t. For that we have to take inverse Laplace transform. Okay, so generally while taking inverse Laplace transform, if we have more than one S term in the denominator, we go for partial fraction. Here also we have two S terms in the denominator, so we need to take partial fraction before going for inverse Laplace transform. Okay, so since we have two S terms here, at first we are going for partial fraction, right? So before taking partial fraction, we have to check whether the coefficients of S are 1. So here the coefficient is going to be 1, and what about this coefficient of this S? It's L. So we need to take L common from this. So we get, so I of S is equal to E divided by L. We are taking L as common, so L into S, then S coefficient is now going to be 1 plus we have R and there is no L in it, so but we have taken L as common, so it becomes R by L. So R divided by L. Now we have two S terms, right? Now take partial fraction for this. So taking partial fraction, we have I of S is equal to E divided by Ls into S plus R by L, which is equal to A divided by S plus B divided by S plus R by L. Okay, so here A divided by S and B divided by S plus R by L. So taking LCM, A and B are the two constants we have introduced. So taking LCM, we get A into S plus R by L plus B into S divided by S into S plus R by L. So here the denominators will get cancelled, right? So we get E divided by L is equal to A into S plus R by L plus B into S. Right. Now I am going to substitute S is equal to 0. So put S is equal to 0. What happens to this equation? Let me name this equation as A. What happened to equation A? We are substituting S is equal to 0, right? So E divided by L is equal to A into R divided by L plus B into 0. So this becomes 0. So what is A from this? A is equal to L and L will get cancelled. So we get A is equal to E divided by R. Right? Similarly, in order to find B value, substitute S is equal to minus R by L. Okay, so put S is equal to minus R by L in equation A. So we get B is equal to minus E divided by R. Okay, so these are the two constants we have obtained in the partial fraction. Now write down your I of S, replace your A and B in this with that of the constants we have found. So we got I of S is equal to A is going to be E by R and B is minus E by R. So in both the terms we are having E by R. Both your A as well as B is having E by R. So taking it as common, so I of S becomes E divided by R into 1 by S minus 1 by S plus R by L. Right? Now we got two separate S terms. So take inverse Laplace for this. So we get I of S now becomes its I of t, which is equal to E divided by R. Inverse Laplace transform for 1 by S is 1 minus this is going to be E power minus R by L into t. Okay, R by L into t. Now I'm going to just I'm going to write it in a simpler way, like I of t is equal to E divided by R is I, steady state current I, into 1 minus E power minus t divided by tau. Here tau is said to be the time constant of RL transient, okay, where tau is equal to L divided by R is the time constant. At time constant, at tau t is equal to tau, what is your I of t? At t is equal to tau, so I of t is equal to, so substituting t is equal to tau, so tau and tau will get cancelled. If we simplify it, we will be getting it 0.632 I, which indicates at time t is equal to time constant tau is the time taken by the RL transient to reach 63.2% of its final steady state value. So what do you mean by time constant? Time constant is the time taken by the circuit to reach 63.2% of the steady state current. So now we are going to find out what is the output voltage. What is the output voltage here? VR is going to be the output voltage. What is VR then? VR is equal to I into R, right? So VR is equal to I into R. So we know what is I. I into 1 minus e power minus t by tau, right? Into R. So what is I into R? It's going to be E. Steady state voltage E. So what is VR then? VR is equal to E into 1 minus e power minus t by tau. Right? So shall we draw a transient response for this? So I'm going to take the x-axis to be the time and y-axis to be the output voltage VR. Now substitute t is equal to 0 in this equation. Let me take this as equation number 1. So substitute t equal to 0 here. What is e power 0? E power 0 is going to be 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0. Right? So at the initial stage t is going to be 0. So substituting t is equal to 0 here. So e power 0 will be 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. So what is your VR at t is equal to 0? It's going to be 0. So at t is equal to 0, VR is going to be 0. Now substitute t is equal to infinity. So substituting t is equal to infinity, what happens to the e power infinity? It becomes 0. Now this e power in minus infinity becomes 0. So what is your VR? VR will be equal to e, because this term becomes 0. So e into 1, it becomes e. So what about the response? Transient response, initially it is 0, then it slowly increases and reaches the final steady state value e at infinite time. Okay, so at infinity, so your response becomes e. Okay, this is the response for RL transient circuit. Right, now the same RL transient we are going to perform it in the E circuit. So in order to perform the same RL transient in E circuit, let me consider E is equal to 3 volt, okay, and L is equal to 1 Henry and R is equal to 3 ohm. So what will be the steady state current I? I is equal to E divided by R, right? So 3 divided by 3, it will be equal to 1 ampere, right? And then what is the steady state voltage here? Steady state voltage is equal to 3 volt, right? Now what about at T is equal to tau? What is the condition at T is equal to tau? It should reach 63.2% of I, or in other words we can say at T is equal to tau in VR equation, it tells us 63.3% of the final steady state voltage, right? So at T is equal to tau, response should reach 63.2% of E, that is 3 volt, right? So what is 63.2% of 3 volt? It's going to be 1.89 volt. So what we are going to see in E circuit is we are going to construct this RL transient circuit in E circuit platform, and then we will be closing the switch at T is equal to 0, right? Once after closing the switch, the voltage across the output will start increasing from 0 in exponential way and reaches its final steady state value 3 volt, right? And in that circuit we are going to analyze at 63 point, I mean at t is equal to tau. So for the given value, what is tau here? So tau, we know the time constant for RL circuit is L divided by R. What is L? L is going to be 1 and R is going to be 3, which is equal to 0.333, right? So your tau is equal to 0.333 seconds. So at 0.333 seconds, your response, your voltage should reach 1.89 volt. So we are going to verify this. What we are going to verify it at time constant, that is 0.333 second, whether the response of your output voltage is going to be 1.89. That is what we are going to verify. After that, what we are going to verify, we are going to run some more time, run your simulation for some more time, and we are going to check whether your response is going to settle down at 3 volt, I mean the steady state voltage, right? These are the two things we are going to verify in the e-circuit platform. Now let us see how to simulate it in the e-circuit platform. So open your browser and then type e-circuit SRM, then go to SRM care. Under that, e-tools, e-circuit, then sample e-circuit, right? So this is the platform we are going to use. So go to circuits and create a blank circuit, right? So what are the components we required? We required a DC source, resistor, inductor and a switch, right? So draw it. We need a resistor. Under passive components you can find inductor, Then from inputs you can take add voltage source, and then again under passive components you will be having a switch. Right, now connect everything using a wire. So once after connecting, you just stop the simulation. Now change the values of your component, right? So inductor is going to be 1 Henry only. What about the resistor? It's going to be 3 ohm. And then what about the voltage? It's going to be 3 volt. So change all the values of your components, right? Now what you have to do is, we are going to see the response, I mean the output voltage response, right? So R is going to be the output. So click on that. So we are going to take the output across the resistor, right? So click on that resistor, right click it, and then view in scope. We are going to analyze the transient response of the output voltage, right? If you keep your cursor on the scope and right click it, it will show you show voltage and show current. We need only voltage. We are going to verify the transient voltage, right? So keep only show voltage and remove show current. Okay, now we are going to run our simulation, right? So what we are going to verify? So what we are going to verify at 0.333 seconds, whether the voltage is going to be 1.89. That is what we are going to verify, right? Voltage should be 1.89 at 0.333 seconds. So run your simulation. So your simulation is start running. You can just place your cursor on your graph so that at the above you can check what is the voltage. Right, now it's in millivolt. When it reaches 1.89, you can just stop your simulation and you can check what is the time. Stop your simulation and check at 1.89 volt what is the time taken. It's 330 332.04 millisecond, which is equal to 0.33 second. So what do you infer from this? At t is equal to tau, the response reaches 63.2% of its final value, right? Now further you run your simulation and check whether your response reaches 3 volt as its steady state value, right? So run it and check whether it's getting settled down at 3. So once it reaches 3 volt, you just stop your simulation because 3 is the steady state voltage. So now it's 2.98. Yes, it has reached 3. So now stop your simulation and check at what time it reaches 3 volt. Yes, so you just move your cursor and keep it at exactly 3 volt. So what is the time taken now to reach 3 volt? It's 2.14. So at time t is equal to 2.14 second, the response reaches its final steady state value, right? So these are the two things you have to note down, right? So in the observation for RL transient, you need to paste in your circuit diagram. Okay, whatever you have drawn in your E circuit, you have to take snapshot of that and you have to paste it over here. And then see, for one case what we have done now, R is equal to 3 and L is equal to 1. What is the time taken to reach its final value? Okay, to reach 3 volt, we got it as 2.14, right? So you have to fill 2.14. And what is the final steady state voltage? 3 volt. You have to fill 3. Similarly, you do simulate for the second case, keeping L is equal to 2 and check what is the time and the steady state value, right? And one more thing what you infer is time constant. So what is the time constant? Calculated one, L divided by R, 1 divided by 3 is going to be 0.333. And what is the time that you have been absorbed in the E circuit waveform? it's also approximately equal to 0.332, right? For which value? For r is equal to, for L is equal to 1 and r is equal to 3. Similarly, you do simulate with L is equal to 2 and r is equal to 3 and check what is its time constant using the formula as well as in the waveform. Okay, so this is how you have to perform RL transient. I hope this video is useful for you. Thank you.